Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to this Entrepreneurial Essentials episode 13. It's a Monday and it's raining all over the country, but we need to still focus on our business. So there will be situations where people will tell you it's raining and I can't come, and your team says this and other things. But Monday mornings is when you have a clear mind and a clear goal setting basis, whatever you have thought for yourself on the Sunday, and ask yourself a few hard, tough questions. So today, on the a continuation of the account section, we continue with our next episode, and today is something that a lot of people, and I was running a seminar in Kolkata on the Thursday, and I said, "Do you guys have a budget?" And most of them, there were about 18 people in the room. 90% of them did not have a 25-26 budget. And these are, excuse me, and these are tragedies that business owners go through. They are only looking at the product, they're only looking at teams, they're only looking at their emotional barriers. But somewhere we need to come out of that and ask ourselves some tough questions. Do we have a budget? Do we know what we are targeting for the year? Do we know as end of Q1, where are we? All of us have some fancy numbers in our mind, and some things work, some things don't work. But the challenge is we don't look at realistically and say, okay, Q1 did not work well. What can we do differently in Q2? Right? So today the theme is budget like a boss, how to predict, prepare, and perform. And let me ask you something upfront. Do you control your money, or does your money control you? And most businesses don't plan their finances, they react to them. Their monthly approach is, let's see how much money comes in, let me see how much money goes out, and then if we have some excess money, we will spend it. But the challenge is, what if the money doesn't come in? Stress, panic, most importantly, blame game, loan time, and let's change that today. Today's topic is budget like a boss, how to predict, prepare, and perform. And trust me, this is not a boring finance lecture. This is how you as an entrepreneur can sleep better at night, make faster decisions, and build a business that runs with rhythm, not chaos. So let me tell you a true story. One of my clients, Ankita, runs a creative agency in Hyderabad. She's a brilliant designer. Clients love her. Projects were flowing in. But she would always say, Moloy, I have never know if I can afford to hire or invest. I need to check the balance every single day and make decisions from here. And that is not budgeting, and that's survival. Yes, there will be times in your business when you will have to move into the survival mode. But overall, if you want to build a business, there has to be a budgeting. Go and check with your accountability partner. You have friends who are from the finance sector. They claim they know a lot of things about money. Go and ask them, how do I do a budget? But in this case, we sat together and built her first 12-month operating budget, and everything changed. She realized that she was just 2% extra retainers. With just 2% extra retainers per month, she could give a 25% profit increase. And she discovered that she was spending 28,000 on a month on subscriptions that she did not use. She stopped guessing and she started growing from confusion to confidence. And many business owners that I interact with are scared of even talking about it, because one thing that bothers them is ego. Why should I divulge my numbers to an external person? But I'm sure there's someone in your life who you can force that person to sit once a week, once a fortnight, and say, how do I handle this better? So let's clear the biggest myth. Budgeting is not only for big companies or accountants. Budgeting is for leadership that with numbers, and it's you who decide the direction of your business. Think of it like a flight. Budget is a flight path. Revenue is your airspeed. Expenses are your fuel. Profit is your altitude, and cash flow is your oxygen mask. Without a flight path, you may take off, but then you're flying blind. And I've spoken about this multiple times during the past few months, that most business owners are flying blind. So let me take you through a simple, powerful five-step budgeting method that every entrepreneur can use. So first things first, know your monthly cost. How many of us have gone and checked on an average, on a 12-month period, what is my average monthly cost? And these are some of your non-negotiables, your salaries, your office rent, your phone, your accounting fees, your loan EMIs, your tool subscriptions, etc., etc. Add them up. That number is your monthly survival cost. This is the bare minimum revenue you need to make to keep the doors open and the business open. For example, if it's about 2 lakhs. Now write this number in a bold on a planning board. This is your stay alive number. Now look at your monthly forecast. Now estimate how much money you will realistically make, and please differentiate here between how much you have billed and how much you have collected, because this is a cash flow challenge also. You may bill about 4 lakhs, but you may collect 1.5 lakhs, and that is not going to help you at all. So key is realistically and not wishfully. Break it down. Number of units or clients, price per unit, expectation conversions, etc., etc. For example, you run a training business. Each workshop you earn 25,000 rupees and you plan to do 5 a month. That is 1,25,000, gentlemen. And your expense is 2 lakhs. There's a gap of 75,000 rupees. How will you make it up? And don't forget, on top of this, to factor in the seasonality, the festive dips, the summer spikes, your team capacity, your team ability to deliver. Most of us, we blame others when they don't deliver on time. But when we look inwards, we realize that we are also not delivering on time because our team is not aligned to the business. Number three, map variable costs. Variable costs change as per sales, especially if you're in the manufacturing business, especially if you're in a business like me, where a certain amount of new income would require another coach outflow, right? So in a manufacturing, you would have raw materials, freelancer payouts, couriers, travel expenses, etc., etc. Estimate that as a percentage of revenue. So if your product cost is 30% of sales, and the sales are 3 lakh rupees or 2.2 lakh rupees, your variable cost is 90,000 rupees. Now you have your revenue, your fixed cost, your variable cost, which leads us to step number 4, which is setting the profit and reserve targets. Here's where most entrepreneurs are wrong. They think profits happen by luck. No, gentlemen, profits don't happen by luck. Profits happen by design. Reverse engineer your profit. Let's say you want a 15% profit, plug that into your expense budget. Your revenue are fixed, your variable, your profit, and a contingency of 15,000 rupees, 20,000 rupees, whatever you want to. That's where zero-based budgeting comes into play. Every rupee is assigned. Now you can set up a cash reserve target, just like emergency funds for your personal life. Whatever it may be, put a number across for your emergency fund. It's not going to happen overnight, but I can assure you, if you start today, which is the 14th of July, if you start today, in a year from now, and in an optimistic situation from April from now, you will have these kind of numbers into play. My only submission is work with somebody you trust completely, somebody you can open up completely, and don't try to take multiple opinions, because there are chartered accountants all over the country who will give you different ways of looking at this. Pick up one person if you trust. If you don't trust that person, don't get into it. One person, one discussion, one alignment. And fifth, review and refine monthly. And here's the magic of budgeting. It's not set in stone. Every month, sit with your budget, compare budget versus actuals, ask what changed, why, refine goals if needed, discuss with your team, and move on. This 30 to 45-minute monthly review will save you days of firefighting. On the last Saturday in my Calcutta office, we created a 9-month plan, exactly how we are going to do it. I'm not saying it's going to happen as per plan, but once that plan is in place, I know exactly when we do a monthly review and a quarterly review, where are we, what else we need to do. Common budgeting mistakes, gentlemen, that you need to avoid. Mistake number one, guessing revenue. Assume 80% capacity, not 100. Assume 80%, 30% conversion rates. Be conservative, not optimistic. It's always good to overperform and underplan and over deliver. Number two, forgetting taxes. Most businesses are not planning these as far as cash flows. GST, TDS, advance tax, year-end audit charges. At least have some provisions there. But mistake number three, making budgets alone. Get your team involved. If you don't have a leadership team, if there's a gap between you and the rest of the team, let it be. Get somebody else, but don't do your budgeting alone. But have one person helping you do the budgeting, otherwise your mind will get cluttered. Mistake number four, not tracking. A budget without tracking is like a gym membership you never use. So, what's the call to action for today? If you're ready to stop guessing and start leading, comment budget on the chat box, comment budget on your Facebook channels, but comment budget on your on the YouTube whenever you watch it, or on the WhatsApp, and we shall send you a budget planner. Entrepreneurs, budgeting is not numbers, it's about confidence. It's a difference between reacting to your business and leading it to vision and control. If you don't assign your money a job, it will find its own distractions. So let's not run a business hoping for the best. Let's plan for the best and prepare for the worst and perform like a pro. My name is Moloy Chakravarti. We are one of leading business coaching companies in the country. I'm the founder of Beyond Red Ocean Consulting. We are a partner of Action Coach, the world's largest business coaching company. And our job is to help entrepreneurs go with clarity, confidence, and control. If you want to reach out to me or any of my coaches, type in a comment yes wherever you are watching this from, and somebody from my team will reach out to you and set up a conversation with a coach. Till next week, same place, same time. Budgeting is something that you need to do, and I hope by the time we meet next month, you will have, if not the annual, but your Q2 budgets ready. Next week, same place, same time, with the same fire to grow your business and to become an accountable, successful business owner. See you. Have a great week and take care of yourself.